Loose all and trim sharp to the wind! Douse the gallants and royals! Every last scrap of duck on the wind!
Who's down? Man your sheets! The pirate hunters!
Extraordinary. I surrendered her back to Kenway and set my mind to leave piracy behind to fight for the assassin cause.
She still holds you under her power.
She was the first ship to accept me as her captain.
Sail! Get off the squall! Hold down! Hold down!
Ready to fire! Captain's gone into drink.
Monsieur Adwele, the Mayon cause has made an ally of you. Augustin speaks highly of your help.
I do not know how much longer I'll be able to continue, but the Maroons are outstanding warriors. Augustin has provided me with everything I might need to get by until I return to my brothers.
I believe you owe me a parcel then.
Let me hold it a while longer, for safekeeping.
You are not a man of your word.
My word was perhaps. It stands.
How little you must think of me.
On the contrary, you have maintained your freedom among the French by the deft handling of your indispensable business. I respect you highly, but would be a fool to trust anyone so clever so soon.
What a keen eye and sweet tongue you have. Since you cannot provide me with the one thing I truly desire, I hope to compel you to demonstrate some respect by some other means.
I would consider it.
I need a careful and observant man to investigate the Gouverneur. I must know what distracts him, and why he enforces the Code Noir ever more strictly. The lives of the slaves depend on it.
I share your curiosity. I'll pay you this favor for the slaves.
Perhaps there is some honor in you yet. You will need a disguise. Please, change into these.
A slave's rags. What do you mean by this indignity? Do you mean to see me recaptured?
Indignity? Do you hold your enslaved brothers in such low esteem?
Do you hold any man in high esteem? Or are we all pawns to you?
You should be so lucky. There is no trick. It is only that, well, the Gouverneur de Fayette will host a soirée soon. And imagine, I am not invited. The excess of the occasion calls for an abundance of supplies to be delivered to his mansion. That's where you come in. With your crate, you will blend in with the men delivering the goods. Once on the grounds, you can spy on the good Gouverneur.
Will the overseers not notice one man extra? Or are you simply unconcerned for my well-being?
I've never met an overseer who could tell two slaves apart. Nevertheless, be careful. I sense you are as bright as you are strong. You will figure it out.
Yes, ma'am.
Here they come. Join the line. Be careful.
What's going on back there? Fall in line!
Who are you? A friend.
This is a joke to you.
No.
You will get us all killed. Shh. Another fete for the pig? Shh. You are too complacent.
Fall in!
Excellent. Put the crates down there, chers messieurs. All right. Enough socializing. Back to work. The grounds must be fit for a king when my guests arrive. Little bastards. Both of them should be whipped. I'm a prince, you realize? I'm a prince for putting up with it.
Ah, my feet hurt.
What good is complaining?
I will remember you said that.
Quiet now.
Friend, does the guard change often?
As often as night moves through day.
Thank you.
If you are a friend, prove it, Blanc.
Arrête, reviens ici, toi! Tu ne réussiras pas à nous perdre! I hate the night shift. Pray that doesn't happen to me. At that rate, you will be stuck here forever.
The expedition will cost more than our little calculations suggested.
I heard you gave Bastian's girl a jewel worth more than half the fleet. Does this account for the missing funds? I dare say it is. If you measure every fathom in perfume and silk.
If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your name will go down in history. And the ship.
On a perdu ce vautour.
Your name will go down in history with mine if you supply the funds and the ship.
Thank you for the offer, but I have an expensive colony to govern.
The volume of slaves you import, I'd have thought you'd have gold to spare.
Even free labor is not free, man. Those are expensive.
If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your name will go down in history with mine if you supply the funds and the ship.
Thank you for the offer, but I have an expensive colony to govern.
With the volume of slaves you import, I'd have thought you'd have gold to spare.
Slaves are expensive to replace. The 4 pieces.
If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion.
Pas question. Tu ne réussiras pas à nous perdre. Ramassez le poids. Ah, il essaie de lui semer la route. Essayez de lui tirer dessus. Arrête, tu vas t'en mordre les doigts. Reviens ici, toi. Ah, mieux vaut rentrer. Toi dans le buisson. Sors! Non! Chien galeux! Attaquez ensemble! Attaquez-le par derrière! Lui toute retraite! Arrêtez! Tirez! Allez, tous sur lui! Bloquez-le!
Tu crois vraiment que ça t'attend pas, hein? Allez, sur lui!
If no suitable Spanish vessel is available, could we not use a French ship?
Are you trying to start a war? The treaty between our nations is fragile. We cannot afford any suspicion of smuggling.
Your name will go down in history with mine if you supply the funds and the ship.
Thank you for the offer, but I have an expensive colony to govern.
With the volume of slaves you import, I'd have thought you'd have gold to spare.
Even free labor is not free, my friend. Slaves are expensive to replace. The poor Slaves are expensive to replace. The poor beasts expire before they can reproduce.
Even your slave ships would benefit from improved navigation. Fewer accidents.
Now that... interesting.
Alors, what have you learned?
The governor is overconfident. Despite his guard, I could have ended him with my bare hands. He would have deserved it. What makes you believe you need him?
I keep my friends close, and my enemies closer. Which camp are you in? Will you tell me what you have learned? Who distracts him?
A bold-faced scientist, Godin, hounds the governor for funds. Something about an expedition, navigational secrets.
Why is this the first time I hear of him? Is my whole network turned against me? Does the harbor master think I give him my best girls out of kindness?
Do you wish me to investigate further? I admit, as a man of the sea, the science of navigation intrigues me.
No. Yes. I don't know. As you wish, but leave me, I must think.
Bastien, I fear we lost you to the bitterness of depression.
Never. Those arrogant men cannot cut me out of my own network. The cost is too great for the slaves.
And for your pride.
What does it matter? So long as I work for their freedom.
Whatever has inspired it, I'm glad to hear the fight back in your voice. How can I help?
The scientist, Godin. What is his full purpose here? Can you find that out?
Whatever secrets he carries, I will uncover.
Start with the harbor master. He sees everyone who comes and goes. He should have kept me informed.
These animals are in fine shape. Good to hear. These beasts are in perfect physical condition.
Go. You deserve to have a choice.
I should have known.
Healthy lot. Not a scratch on them.
Good to hear. These beasts are in perfect physical condition. My thanks. You are a good man.
Trust in yourself.
Je le redirai pas.
Tu l'auras cherché. Ça n'en vaut plus.
Attaquez de côté!
Fermez la nasse, les gars.
The governor de Fayette requests that Monsieur Godin's geodesic expedition be equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Godin requires...
Tu l'as entendu. On a perdu ce vautour.
The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Godin requires, for reasons of scientific record keeping, 3 literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits.
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate it privately. Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate it privately. There is a reward.
But
Defayet requests that Monsieur Gaudin's geodesic expedition be equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Gaudin requires, for reasons of scientific record-keeping, 3, literate slaves.
Personne ne passe. Où est-ce que tu crois aller comme ça?
The Gouverneur Defayet requests that Monsieur Gaudin's geodesic expedition be equipped with every resource it demands. The first need is rather unusual. Monsieur Gaudin requires, for reasons of scientific record-keeping, 3, literate slaves.
Who would have taught them? The Code Noir prohibits...
Perhaps among your house slaves, such a worker exists? You may communicate it privately. There is a reward.
But what will they do?